The sun rose gently over the red earth of Okuta, casting golden hues over the clay houses that stood proud against time. The air was thick with the scent of wood, smoke, and fried akara, and roosters crowed from every corner as women swept their compounds with palm fronds, preparing for another day in the heartbeat of the village. In a small house at the edge of Nkwo Market Road lived Jane Nkemdalim Okoro, a 28-year-old seamstress with eyes like calm water. People said she had the kind of face that could soothe crying children and cool angry hearts. Every morning she opened her wooden shop by 6:30 a.m. sharp, kneeling to pray before her old singer machine, whispering blessings over her day's fabric. "Chineg, make my hands bring joy to others today," she would say. Jane wasn't the richest in Okuda, but everyone knew her as the most generous. She was the type who would sew free uniforms for a widow's child or give her last 500 to help a trader in trouble. She lived with her younger brother Obena, a university student on break who often teased her. "Auntie Jane, you too like to dash people money. One day you go dash yourself finish," he'd say. She would laugh gently, the sound as soft as Harmattan breeze. "If I don't help them, who will? Blessings have a way of coming back, Obi." Jane had dreams too. She wanted to own a fashion school for girls, to marry a man who loved God and respected her, but love had always been slippery. The last suitor her mother suggested was a retired civil servant who already had 2 wives and 7 children. "Mama, am I a leftover pot of soup you want to reheat for another person's dinner?" she had snapped. Jane had standards, but not pride. She believed love would come when it was meant to. It was during one of those peaceful days that he came David Chukudi Eze, tall, caramel-skinned, with eyes that twinkled like mischief and a smile that melted walls. He first appeared at her shop with his auntie, who needed her wrapper sewn into a blouse for an upcoming church function. "Auntie, nah, here we go do am," David had said. "The woman get clean hand." Jane looked up from her sewing and met David's eyes. Something fluttered in her chest. "Good afternoon, sir," she said politely. "Just call me David," he replied, flashing a charming smile. "You're the tailor everyone's been talking about?" "Seamstress," she corrected, her tone modest but firm. "Tailors are mostly for menswear. I do more than that." He chuckled. "Seamstress way sabi. I like that." From that day, David found every excuse to pass by her shop. Sometimes he came to charge his phone, sometimes to buy Puff Puff from Mama Chinway's stall beside her, and sometimes just to say hello. He spoke like someone who had seen the world. He told her about Abuja, about his dreams of starting a logistics company that would move goods across Africa. "I no fit work for person forever," he told her one evening, his voice low and sincere. "I get dreams, Jane, big ones." And Jane listened, oh, she listened with a heart wide open. Jane's mother, Mama Uju, noticed a change in her daughter's smile and raised her brows. "My daughter, shine your eyes, oh. Fine boys with soft words, they fool this world, but not all of them get good intentions." "Mama, David is different. He's hardworking and has vision." Mama Uju looked unconvinced. "Vision without character is like a wheelbarrow without tires. It will only stress you." But Jane was already falling, slow and steady. David came to church with her. He helped her sweep her shop compound. He even bought gifts for Obina. The village women began to whisper, "It looks like Jane's time has come." Even Reverend Ibe, their church pastor, joked once during Bible study, "Sister Jane, when shall we hear wedding bells?" Jane smiled but said nothing. In her heart, she had begun to imagine life as Mrs. Jane. Asa. Far away in Aka, Rose Onyinyechi Ume, a sharp and elegant businesswoman, lived in a modern apartment filled with ambition and gloss. She worked in a corporate office and was known for her poise and strength. Behind the polished smile, Rose held secrets that would one day collide with Jane's world. David Chukudi Eze was no stranger here. To Rose, he was the man who promised a future beyond the city's glass towers. They shared dreams and plans. David vowed to marry her soon and make her his queen. While David whispered promises of forever to Jane beneath the mango trees of Okuta, he spoke the same to Rose in her sleek living room. Neither woman knew of the other, not yet. Under Okuta's fading afternoon sun, life pulsed around Jane's small shop where the rhythmic hum of her sewing machine blended with the soft laughter of 2 hearts beginning to entwine. David was a whirlwind of hope, a dream wrapped in a smile. He told Jane of cities, roads, and a logistics empire that would connect villages like Okuta to the world. Jane emptied her modest savings for David's rent and sold her late mother's golden bangles for his vehicle repairs. Despite worries from friends like Chinwe and Obina, Jane's faith in David was strong. He promised her a home, a future. David's needs grew steadily. 150, 0 for a contract in Onitsha, vehicle repairs, rent payments. Jane gave all she had. The women in the market whispered about Jane's generosity in David's absence. Obina warned, "This man no day honest." But Jane held on to hope, even as unanswered calls and broken promises planted cracks in her heart. The village buzzed with whispers. David had another woman in Auca. Jane's closest friend Chinwe warned her gently, urging her to open her eyes. Jane's mother reminded her that love was not meant for suffering alone. Though the whispers unsettled her, Jane clung to love and prayers, longing for the man she thought she knew. One afternoon, a confident woman named Rose appeared at Jane's shop. She was David's wife. Jane's heart shattered as Rose revealed their marriage and David's double life. For a moment, pain and silence filled the room. Then Rose reached out, suggesting they find healing together. Though the village judged Jane harshly, she refused defeat, whispering to the mango tree, "This is not the end." Jane withdrew from the market and church, weighed down by shame and loneliness. Friends turned away. Whispers followed her steps. But the village healer Neka found Jane beneath the mango tree and spoke of fire forging new strength. Jane began learning herbs, healing herself with nature and wisdom. Slowly, the village's whispers changed from pity to respect. Jane planted a healing garden, sewing schoolgirls learned under her guidance, and villagers sought her remedies. Her spirit lifted, Jane forgave, and released her pain beside the river. She dreamed of a community center for women to heal and grow. The elders called her Mama Jenny, the woman of wisdom. Beneath the wide African sky, Jane declared, "I am no longer the woman who gave too much. I am the woman who built from brokenness." In Auca, David's marriage to Rose crumbled under new betrayals, including an affair with Rose's cousin. Humiliated and broken, Rose sought out Jane. Under the mango tree, the two women found unexpected sisterhood. "We will rise together," they promised, their strength born from shared wounds. Years later, David returned, humbled, asking for forgiveness. Jane looked into his eyes, calm and steady. "I forgive you," she said, "not for you, but for me." She had learned to love herself first, building a life of purpose and hope. The village celebrated her strength. Under the African sky, Jane whispered, "A heart that gives without wisdom is a garden others trample, but a broken heart that rises becomes a fortress." Her journey was complete sorrow transformed into strength, heartbreak healed into hope. If you find value in the video, don't forget to show some love by hitting the subscribe button. Until next time, be blessed.